Coming up, a look at why the Alpha Delta Phi hazing videos went viral on social media.
And some are falling head over heels for the show. A look into the newest production from the Iowa Theater Department.
And Iowa basketball prepares for their Big Ten tournament gauntlet.
Spring sunny weather may have just been a fluke. I'll have your full forecast and weather coming up.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning, live from Iowa City. It is Wednesday, March 11th. I'm Morgan Burhans.
And I'm Avery Evans.
And the third member of our team, DITV's Assistant News Director, Linda Lacco, is live at the Stanley Art Museum to tell us today's forecast.
It's been so nice having the warmer weather make a return. Will that continue, Linda?
Avery and Morgan, unfortunately for the two of you, I think we're expecting a cold front. I have no idea where the sun went, but I am currently here live at the Stanley Art Museum where it's currently 37 degrees. But taking a look onto the Pentacrest today, go ahead and grab your umbrellas as we are going to have early rain showers as temps will be in the low 40s with some wind gusts. Tonight, temps will drop down to the mid-20s and with some clouds, and tomorrow temps will go back up into the 50s with partly cloudy skies and the sun peeking in and out throughout the day. With this weather, I guess I have to keep expecting the unexpected. But Avery and Morgan, back to you lovely ladies at the desk.
A year after the Alpha Delta Phi house was suspended for hazing, footage from the incident has been going viral on social media. DITV's Ryan Paris has the story behind its spread.
This is a police department. This stops here. Who's in charge?
In November 2024, police found a group of blindfolded pledges covered in ketchup, mustard, and alcohol inside the basement of the Alpha Delta Phi house. But the social media reaction to recently released police body cam footage is drawing more attention than ever before. In addition to garnering millions of views from news outlets across TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms, body cam footage focused accounts and regular users have also been cashing in on the virality.
I think the biggest factor in its spreading was just the look of it, right? You know, you see this footage going down in the basement and it feels like a horror movie.
Some of the most popular body cam footage accounts routinely rack up thousands of views per video, often relying on sensational titles to drive clicks. Since body cam footage is public record and copyright free, it creates a low-risk, high-reward situation for people looking to drive clicks.
Research tells us that stuff that has an emotional connection or emotional reaction from users is really what's going to make a difference.
The original footage has gone on to inspire dozens of memes and parodies that have gone on to gain millions of views and hundreds of thousands of likes on their own.
It might put fraternities under greater scrutiny to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Because in the end, this reflects poorly on the university.
When asked for comment, the university stood by their original statement to DITV. The frat was suspended in February last year, and its earliest reinstatement is July 2029. And it's important to note that channels who spread the videos have no legal requirement to take them down. From the University of Iowa, Ryan Paris, DITV.
And the Iowa City Community School District is proposing millions of dollars worth of budget cuts. The board proposed a series cuts worth over $7 million at their Tuesday meeting for the 2026 to 2027 school year. These cuts include some teaching, office, and support staff roles. The hope is these would come primarily from resignations and retirements. This all comes after the district took out a $10 million interfund loan without notifying the board members.
An Iowa City minor is recovering after a shooting Monday night. Police were called just after 10 p.m. to the intersection of Wayne Avenue and Baker Street, where they found evidence of a shooting. This area is just north of Mercer Park. One teenager has been shot and has non-life-threatening injuries. Police are asking the public to contact Detective Michelle Schultz at her email and phone number seen on the screen with any information or footage of the incident. And a new law is limiting how local governments can implement civil rights protections.
That's why we have DITV's James O'Connor in the newsroom for more information on this situation. James, what can you tell us about this bill?
Yes, ladies, Governor Kim Reynolds passed a bill Tuesday evening that prevents local governments from protecting groups that aren't protected under state law, including transgender Iowans. This bill comes just a year after Iowa became the first state in the nation to remove the protection on gender identity. There were 14 cities in Iowa that provided protections on local level based gender identity, including some in Johnston County. But this bill, now law, ends these local rules. And this bill will be going into effect immediately. That's all I have from the newsroom today, so for now, I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
A new project at the University of Iowa is taking off all the way into space. The spaceflight lab inside Van Allen Hall has been under construction for months and is about to take flight. DITV's Liz Schultz shows us how the new space will support future missions.
A big project is unfolding. On the 7th floor of Van Allen Hall, students and engineers will be building equipment that could actually go into space. And they say the new lab will take Iowa's space research even further. Now, it is not just about the research. The lab prepares students to work alongside professional engineers, preparing them for future NASA missions. Let's take a look. The University of Iowa's new spaceflight laboratory provides clean rooms, prototyping spaces, and high-tech machines used to build instruments for NASA missions.
It's going to give us a lot of capabilities to do different kinds of work now.
The lab will help University of Iowa students and professionals prepare for future space missions.
Having a spaceflight laboratory is great because that's where we're going to be building all of these instruments that we will then propose to NASA to put on certain space missions.
Everything built here must meet NASA standards. Faculty say the new space builds on Iowa's long history in space science, including work that helped put the first UI instruments into space.
It's really a look to the future for what the University of Iowa will be able to do. And the University of Iowa is special to have these kinds of laboratories.
Students say the new lab will help keep Iowa at the forefront of space research. Reporting in Iowa City, Liz Schultz, DITV News.
Iowa and the entire nation has experienced a continuous problem of addiction and drug use. The University of Iowa Addiction and Recovery Collaborative is helping people from 75 counties in Iowa who are struggling with addiction.
I think addiction care has historically in academia been kind of treated as this no one really owns it, no one really cares about it.
Before ARC was created, Iowa City residents would have to pay cash for optimal addiction care, making it hard for people to get the help they needed. But in 2017, 2 doctors created the Medication for Addiction Clinic as a side project. Fast forward to today, they have over 50 employees made up of different backgrounds and experience. It serves as a place where everyone, no matter their background, can seek medical care for addiction. In 2025, they helped over 3,000 people across the state. They prioritize meeting people in the middle. This means geographically providing access to those in rural areas, but also meeting patients where their goal is.
We're not going to assume that we know any better than you do. We're not going to assume that you need us to come save you, because that's not the case. But what do you need? How can we help?
Dr. Weber is most proud of the fact that they never stopped caring deeply for the people they serve. And a historic University of Iowa building is getting ready to reopen.
A series of renovations is giving the old art building a new life after being deemed unusable for nearly 20 years.
DITV's Annika Perez joins us live outside the old art building to tell us about what's going on and when the building will be reopening. Annika?
Yes, Morgan and Avery, I'm currently standing outside the old art building, which is, as you can see, under construction. The building was first damaged in the 2008 flood, but has recently been given a second chance at life. The renovation project was first approved in fall 2024 and with a budget of $37 million. Work on the building is planned to be completed by fall 2026. Once reopened, the building will be a new home to multiple university departments, who will officially move in over winter break of 2026. The location shifts come as a way to open up more space for expansions of the Tippy College of Business. The renovations will aim to modernize the space with updated technology such as improved digital displays and charging hubs. According to the university, the project is on budget and is about 60% complete. Live from the old art building, Annika Perez, DITV.
The University of Iowa Theater Department has been hard at work lately. DITV Arts and Culture's director Grace Lathrop got an inside look at the premiere of the new musical Head Over Heels. Let's take a look.
Colorful costumes, excessive makeup, and stellar performing. Every spring, the U Iowa Theater Department puts on a musical featuring students of all ages. This year, Head Over Heels opened with a sold-out crowd, and audiences left with more than what they expected.
Behind this curtain, guests came to see a flashy performance, to see their peers on this stage in bright costumes with lights and lots of sparkles. But little did they know that they'd walk away thinking about important social issues that are affecting our society today.
Head Over Heels reimagines a classic Renaissance tale through a modern lens, blending humor and music by the Go-Go's with conversations about gender identity, power, and acceptance.
How can we as a community preserve sacred space, and what happens when that sacred space is under threat? As a way to sort of investigate sacred space, I went to San Francisco, California, and I went to different queer museums and different queer spaces.
Director Michael Flores did more than just travel to make sure this story was told exactly right. He spent hours with his cast in rehearsals, eager to keep audiences entertained while still highlighting the show's underlying messages. When ensemble member and dance captain Bella Hodenhoddle was asked what she hopes audience members take away from the musical, she said,
"You can be who you want to be despite all of the rigidity, despite what other people think, but despite whatever society is telling you, because everyone has their own things and everyone is an individual."
What starts as a jukebox musical quickly turns into something more meaningful, reminding audiences that theater is about more than just entertaining. It has the power to spark conversations about the world we live in. From the theater building, Grace Lathrop, DITV Arts and Culture.
Coming up later, what you need to know ahead of the men's Big Ten tournament, a look at Drake Iola's many trials and midweek action in baseball and softball. All that and more after the break.
Happy 20 years DITV. My name is Sydney Zacks and I graduated in the spring of 2019. I have so many fond memories of spending hours in the journalism building. It was all worth it and it was all fun. Here's to another 20 years.
Welcome back to DITV, your spot for all your Iowa City news.
But first, let's take a look back outside with Linda Lacco with the forecast for the week ahead.
Thanks, ladies. Spring break is so close and I can't wait to enjoy the sunshine, but let's take a look onto the Panda Crest for the week ahead. Friday the 13th may be some bad luck for weather as temps will be in the high 40s with cloudy skies and big winds, so try not to blow away heading out for vacation. Saturday, the sun is still nowhere to be found as temps will be in the mid 40s with more cloudy skies. Sunday, temps will drop down to the 40s, but also expect rain transitioning into snow showers as winter wants to make another appearance. Monday, dress warm as we are expected to see partly cloudy skies with temps in the low 20s. And on Tuesday, it isn't much, but temps will go back up to the 30s with mostly cloudy skies. I know I'm going to try to make the most of this weather with no sun, so you guys should too. And I hope everyone has safe travels heading out for spring break. Live from the Stanley Art Museum, Linda Lacco, DITV.
And Morgan, it certainly did storm a lot last night.
Yes, there were a lot of storms going on, but I know the Iowa men's basketball team is going to be storming into Chicago pretty soon. Right?
Absolutely, guys. With the women's Big Ten basketball tournament in the rear view, the scene shifts to Chicago, where the men began their bracket run this morning. As the number 9 seed, the Hawks quadrant of the bracket has them going through Maryland, Ohio State, and the number 1 seed Michigan Wolverines all before the semifinals begin. They'll be looking to improve on last year's result, where they fell in the second round to Illinois. For more on that first game this morning, Colin Carruthers is live in Chicago with what you need to know.
Good morning, Ryan. You might be wondering, what is this setup for this live shot right now? Well, I, alongside our full DI crew, are on the way to the United Center right now, home of the Chicago Bulls, and this year's Big Ten men's basketball tournament to cover Iowa's first game. Now, Iowa opens up as 11.5-point favorites over Maryland, but flashback to February 11th when the Hawks went on the road to face the Terrapins as 10.5-point favorites and were stunned in a 77-70 loss. Now, Maryland is also coming off a win in the tournament against Oregon, but that was only their 5th conference win of the season. The DI and DITV will have full details and coverage starting from before the 11 a.m. tip-off, and our stories will be able to be found on the YouTube page and DITV Sports Instagram page. Ryan?
Thanks for that, Colin. Good to see the whole DI crew together. And a key component to the men's basketball team this season is senior Bennett Sturts, who has officially been named a first-team All-Big Ten selection. In Big Ten play, Sturts averaged 22.2 points, 3.8 assists, and 2.3 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game. He ranks 3rd in scoring, 6th in steals, and 8th in assists in the conference. Sturts was additionally named a second-team All-Big Ten selection by the coaches and was the recipient of Iowa's Big Ten Sportsmanship Award. Back in Iowa, news broke on Monday afternoon that the Iowa Heartlanders hockey team will shut down for the 2026-27 season. The Heartlanders, the ECHL affiliate of the Minnesota Wild, have called the Extreme Arena home since 2021. The team will still complete the final 8 home games in the current season, but there's no timetable for a return. Iowa wrestler Drake Ayala hasn't had the dream senior season he's expected, but with the national championships right around the corner, Drake is heating up at the right time. DITV's Cole Krieger has the story.
Drake Ayala is a back-to-back national runner-up who posted a 20-3 record last season. But this year has been an uphill battle for Ayala, who posted just a 9-7 regular season record in one of the hardest weight classes in the country. Coming in as the 5th seed at the Big Ten tournament, the only people who thought Ayala had a chance was himself and the people in his corner.
I mean, maybe a little biased. I think I've had the toughest schedule in the country. I think I'm the most battle-tested guy in the country.
He is the most battle-tested wrestler in the country, and he is right here. So, love it.
After 2 wins, Ayala then fell in the semifinals to Penn State's Marcus Blaze. Ayala proceeded to battle his way back Sunday morning during Session 3, upsetting Lucas Bird in overtime, the same wrestler who prevented Drake from becoming a national champion last season.
Hasn't had the season he wanted. He's, didn't have the tournament he wanted. Steady, base, no pow. There's no pow.
Ayala's 4-1 record at State College landed him 3rd place over the weekend in the 133-pound weight class, boosting his seeding for the national championships.
Been kind of working through a couple things, I guess, technically and mentally these past couple months. And hey, this is the best time of the year. This is when Drake Ayala shines. So I'm excited, and I'm even more excited for next week.
While it has certainly been an uphill battle for Drake Ayala, you can never quite count him out just yet, as the Hawkeyes will travel to Cleveland this next week for the national championships, where Ayala will have one last chance to claim a national title. From the Goschke Training Center, Cole Krieger, DITV Sports.
Despite the rain yesterday, Iowa baseball was able to get a full 9 innings in against St. Thomas. The Hawkeyes jumped out to a 1-0 lead within the first 3 batters thanks to a Caleb Wolf RBI single. Then it took until the 5th inning for the Hawks to find their next run, scoring 2 in that frame and 2 in the 6th. St. Thomas chipped away with a pair of runs in the 7th to make it a 5-2 game before Iowa canceled out that in the 8th. Hawkeye pitching allowed just 2 hits all game. And after its first Big Ten series, the Iowa softball team took a minor break from conference play and took on Illinois State yesterday. The Hawks took a 6-3 win over the Redbirds, with senior Tori Bennett leading things off with a home run and sophomore Naylin Marshall following a few innings later with a 3-run bomb. Iowa will hop back into Big Ten play on Friday against Illinois.
Guys, I can't lie, I'm just in the best mood today.
Well, you gotta fill us in.
Well, Avery, I think we should be pretty proud of DITV today because we got nominated for 10 Upper Midwest Emmy Student Production Awards.
That includes you and me, Morgan.
Wow.
Take a look at the faces on your screen.
These are all 11 nominees in a total of 6 categories, including Best Newscast, Hard News Report, Public Affairs and Community Service, Feature News Report, Sports Story, and Sports Program. Congratulations to you all. So well deserved.
Well, it's going to be really fun to see how the outcome of that goes. Thank you guys so much for joining us live online or listening on KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. and online anytime at dailyiowan.com.
For all of us here, we will see you again on Friday morning right here on DITV.